What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Gonzo Sports Rant Show. I'm your host, Tyler Gonzalez. Let's get right into it. I'm predicting it right now. You heard it here first, going out on a limb, and I'm saying it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will draft a quarterback in 2018. They will draft a quarterback this year. When? You'll find out. First, let's go over the Combine. Just passed this past weekend. 4 full days of best athletes in the world running around in their underwear in Indianapolis, getting measured by every coach you can think of. A couple guys impressed. They really did. First of all, we'll go over the consensus number 1 overall pick, Saquon Barkley, running back out of Penn State. He's got the height, the weight, the speed, the athleticism, can jump out the ceiling, run real fast. He's got the film to back it up. He should be the number 1 overall pick. Of course, the Browns have the number 1 overall pick, so we'll see what happens. They also have the 3rd pick, so who knows what will happen there. Shaquem Griffin also impressed. A young man had his arm amputated at 4 years old out of the University of Central Florida. Had a great season, undefeated. Came in and shocked everybody at the Combine, running a 4.38, doing a bunch of reps on bench. He's impressive. He can cover, he can catch, he can run, he can tackle. Guy I like a lot, also impressed, Bradley Chubb. He's the consensus number 1 defensive lineman in the draft. He's a pass rusher, can set the edge, can get to the quarterback. Playmaker. He's big, he's strong, good player. Had a couple other running backs that I thought impressed. Sonny Michel, that is, out of Georgia. Kind of a backup role, but I think he really impressed. I think he can do some things. I think he's a dynamic player. He can make some plays. There's a sleeper running back that I saw somebody post about on Facebook, so I watched some film on him. He was at the Combine, and I thought he did some good things. His name was Rock Thomas. Little known player, small guy, but he can run, he can catch, he's athletic, he can make moves in the open field. I think he's going to be a late round steal for somebody. All right, got the Combine over. Let's go over to the Bucs roster now. All right, the Bucs ended 5-11. Not a great season. A lot of people had them, doing some things, maybe getting to the playoffs this past year, 2017. Didn't work out that way. Injuries, guys not fitting in with the roster, not wanting to practice, suspensions, whatever it was, it happened to the Bucs. Bad season. So what happens after? They cut Doug Martin. Now we don't have a starting running back. Joe Hawley retires. Well, basically, the Bucs told him, we don't need you anymore, so now he's a hippie. And they cut Swaggy Baker. Now, when I talked about people not wanting to practice, not be part of the team, he's the prime example. Lazy, didn't want to do anything. Well, now he's gone. Just today, the Bucs picked up their options on Chris Conte, DeMar Dotson, and Josh Robinson, so there's some stability there. But if you look at the team overall, they're thin everywhere except wide receiver and linebacker. And even those positions are question marks at linebacker. To me, I don't know about everybody else. Everybody else has this infatuation with Quan Alexander. They think he's this great player because he's fast, he's all over the place. But if you sit down and watch the film, he looks like he's out of position half the time. Now, I don't have the plays they're running, but just from the look of it, he's never in position. The ball's always getting thrown where he used to be. The play starts, he's in one spot, he runs away, and the ball starts right behind him. Is that scheme, or is that him just being out of place? Just because you're fast don't mean you got to be fast all the time. Doesn't mean you have to run full speed. Maybe he'll be better this year. Maybe the whole defense has, as a unit will play better. Maybe we get some pass rushers in here to get to the quarterback. He won't have to run everywhere. I just don't know. And then wide receiver, we got Mike Evans, who went a whole season where he dropped every ball. He's consistently at 1,000 yards a season, which is amazing. He makes great plays, but he's kind of a one-trick pony. He's kind of a big guy who gets jump balls. Then you got Deshaun Jackson, who's a speed guy. He don't want to get hit over the middle. Was he an impact player this season? I mean, you could argue it, but I don't see it. I don't see him being the impact he was in Philly or in Washington. I don't see it. And then after that, you got Adam Humphries and then the field. Adam Humphries is that third down, quick guy who gets open, but you're not going to go win a game with Adam Humphries. If he played for the Patriots, maybe it's a different thing. But we're not the Patriots, we're the Bucs. And we are an I formation Play action, drop back, deep passing team. We want to run the ball, step back, and launch it downfield. An intermediate route runner doesn't change the game for us. Chris Godwin, I think, is going to be a nice player, but he needs some time to get his feet wet in the league and figure out what he's doing. Now for the draft, which is coming up in April, I'm putting my foot down right now and saying the Buccaneers must draft a defensive lineman. They must. They have to. If they don't draft a defensive lineman, I may not go to a game this season unless they somehow work out a trade for an elite pass rusher. But 2 of the top pass rushers have already been traded or franchise tagged, so they're out. If they don't get a defensive lineman at number 7, trade back. You have to trade back. If Bradley Chubb is not available at number 7, trade back. You did it with Vernon Hargreaves. You knew somebody wasn't going to take him, so you traded with the Giants, I think it was. I believe it was the Giants. Traded back to 11 and got him there, and he was the guy. Okay? That has to be your mentality going into this. Bradley Chubb or bust. Bradley Chubb or trade back. That's it. Because there's plenty of good players that can help you on defensive line back there. There's Arden Keys. They could take Marcus Davenport. There's a plethora of other players. Now, everybody's saying we're going to take the safety out of FSU. I don't see that either, because he doesn't have an assigned position. Where's he going to play? What good do you think a rookie hybrid player, safety or corner, who doesn't have a position, is he going to come in and play better than, let's say, Chris Conte? He may be more athletic. Chris Conte's been in the league for 10 years now. He's been in the league. He's not going to come in and outplay him. Now, the Buccaneers will draft a quarterback. I'm saying it right now. They have no backup quarterback. They will draft one. And you know what? I'm saying right now, Jameis Winston is on the hot seat. I'm saying it right now. Jameis Winston's job is in jeopardy. With this investigation going on with the Uber driver, they will draft a quarterback. It will be late. They will not spend a high pick. That'll be a waste. They will spend a 4th and below pick on a quarterback as a backup to groom and possibly put in emergencies when Jameis Winston, if and when he gets suspended or hurt. Because as we've all seen, Jameis Winston likes to run around, and then when he's off the field, it seems that he likes to be a big old jokester and think he can get away with everything. They will draft a quarterback. You watch. The other thing they must do, whether it's in free agency, a trade, or a draft, is get a playmaker on offense. Somebody like Alvin Kamara or Tyreek Hill, somebody that can take the ball, make 2 or 3 guys miss, and score a touchdown. You need a scat back player, someone who can make moves in the open field. You have to have one. We have nobody. The other thing they must do is they must get a pass rusher. I'm going to say it and say it and say it. They have to get a pass rusher. They have to. They have nobody. They've got a couple guys coming off injury. Yeah, sure, fine. It's not going to do it. You have to get a pass rusher. They have to. We'll see what happens in the draft. It's coming up in a couple weeks. Everybody go to those draft parties, have a couple beers, and let's go Bucs.